Hey ladies, it's me Keisha. Welcome if you are new. Today I'm going to be doing an empty apartment tour. I just moved in, so I just wanted to show you guys how the place looked before I start moving my furniture and all my things in here. So if you would like to see my gorgeous apartment, then just keep on watching. Right here behind me is just the coat area. They have two little hooks on here and then they have a little shelf at the top. I'm just gonna put some baskets and keep the decor going. And then they have a little bench that you can sit on. So when you walk in the door, you can come right here, sit down, and then they have the thing underneath to put the shoes in. So I wish this little area had been right here and this little maintenance closet had been right here. That way, as soon as you walk in, you can just sit down. But it's fine. It's not too far away from the door, but it will track up the floor a little bit. Versus if it was right here, I felt like I could have got a really long rug. And that way I never touched the floors. I just stayed directly in front of the door. So that would have been really convenient if they could have switched these two, but nonetheless, we still love it. So after you leave the coat area, you walk into the apartment. It was really important that I got an open floor plan because I wanted it to seem bigger. This is only a 700 square feet apartment, which is relatively small. So if I got an open floor plan, I felt like it would make the space more inviting and it would also make it look bigger. The kitchen is absolutely beautiful. My favorite part about it is this giant island. I wonder if I can lay on this island and see how tall it is. Oh, I can lay all the way across it. Oh, that's cool. I can lay all the way across it and still have a little bit of room. So this is really long because I'm tall. It was a non-negotiable for me. If the place didn't have an island, I was not going to rent there. And the fact that this one not only had one, but it was really large. And also they didn't have the sink in the middle of the island, which I wouldn't have mind. But the fact that the sink is behind me and I get all of this island space, so perfect. Also on the side of the island, they have like plugs. So they have a socket plug on the side of the island. So if I wanted to make smoothies right here or meal prep, it's perfect. It's just enough space to do that. Perfect. And even if I wanted to have like a little decor or maybe some roses or flowers directly in the middle, I can do that too because the sink is not right here. So it was literally so perfect. Moving on to the rest of the kitchen, they have these two lights right above the island. It comes from the ceiling, but they just kind of meet in the middle. And then they also have the lights in the ceiling. They run separately, so you can have those lights without having these, or you can turn those lights off with these being on. And then they also have these lights that are underneath the cabinet, so you can press this button and then these lights come on underneath it. This is so gorgeous at night. It's not really doing anything right now because the sun is out, but at night it is absolutely gorgeous and it creates such a vibe. I love how many cabinets they have up in this place. Do y'all see all these cabinets? Do y'all see? The cabinets. Do y'all see this? And I like how the cabinets are glossy. Like if you look really close, it has a gloss on it. A lot of the white cabinets that I was seeing, it looks like cheap IKEA furniture. Like you know the dresser that everybody get, y'all know every influencer get the same IKEA dresser for the beauty room. But these, they're more glossy. But the fact that they didn't get the basic cabinets and this one have a gloss to it, it makes it look more luxury, modern. And also very girly just because it has the steel handles on it. So I really like how they just did not do basic touches, but they was very intentional about every detail of this apartment. Really large microwave, stainless steel microwave, stove, as well as refrigerator. We love stainless steel. Not only does it create a clean, modern look, but it's easy to clean. I'm just gonna close up these cabinets, being a little extra. And not only do they have so many cabinets above me, but they also have just as many below me, which I'll show you guys in a second. But I like this cabinet up here right above the sink. They have one row and then two rows. I'm not gonna put anything up here just because they don't have doors like the others. So I'll just put some decor stuff up here and make it really, really pretty. I love how big the sink is. It's so, so big. And it's also a garbage disposal. If you press this first one, it's a garbage disposal. Okay, so you guys seen how all of the cabinets above was white and glossy? The ones below are like a light wood color, so they're not exactly white. Another thing I like about this kitchen is they have so many outlets. They have one against the wall, two on that side, one here, and also one there. So if I'm, let's say, cooking or meal prepping, I can put a crock pot here, a slow cooker there, I can blend some stuff up there, Then I can also do something right there. So it's so many, it's a lot of counter space, but then it's also a lot of outlets so that I can cook and meal prep all at one time. But I really like how much storage space it is. Although it's a small apartment, because there's so many cabinets and drawers, I feel like it's not gonna get cluttered really quickly, so that's a really good thing. They also, which I forgot to mention, on the island that we love so much, they have cabinets over there too. In the middle, I really like how they have shelves in the cabinets. And then they also have a stainless steel dishwasher. Right here on the furthest right side of the kitchen is the pantry. I initially wanted a separate pantry from the other cabinets. I wanted one that was more wide and not the deep cabinet space, just because when you open it up, it's more deep, and I seriously thought I want to reach all the time grabbing food from so far back. I think I'm going to use the bottom half of the pantry as a closet for the broom, the dustpan, the mop, just stuff like that, because I don't have a closet for the living room. I just have a big, massive bedroom closet. I can probably have the best of both worlds if I do that. Initially, I was not going to move anywhere that didn't have a separate closet and pantry, but if I wanted to stay, as close to downtown as possible, which I'm about 5 minutes from downtown, I wanted to be downtown, I wanted to stay under $1,500, and I also wanted a really beautiful apartment. So by adjusting and getting, not getting small things that I wanted, I was able to live downtown, stay under $1,500, and get an absolutely beautiful apartment. So this is pretty much my kitchen tour. Moving on into the living room now. Pretty much the living room, just this white wall, and then the window and a door right there. This door, as you can see, does not have any handles on it, and that's because it does not work. I opted out of a balcony. I didn't want one just because I am so high up in the air. Me looking down, my anxiety would have not been able to handle that. So I didn't want a balcony, and plus you got additional living room space by opting out of having the balcony, so eliminated that. And then a separate wall right here. And then the floors are just this beautiful color. It goes so well with the cabinets. So it's a really nice contrast, especially with the white, because I don't want too much white. I didn't mind having the cabinets this color and then the floor a separate color. So really like this open space. Love how the kitchen and the living room is just so open. I wish they had just made one floor to sell and window as opposed to having this random door. This is probably where I'm going to mount a TV at. I'm going to put a TV on this wall and then maybe 2 love seats on each side of the TV while the big couch go over there. But it is a small living room, so I'm not sure if that's going to be too much in such a small space. Let me know if you guys have a smaller apartment, 700 square feet. Did you do one giant sofa and 2 love seats, or did you just do one giant sofa and a smaller one? What did you do with the space? This wall was shorter than the other wall just because it also has the door to the bedroom attached to it, which leads me to the bedroom. Can we just take a moment to acknowledge how beautiful this doorknob is? I like how they did this doorknob throughout the entire apartment instead of just making it a regular doorknob. It was just one of those things that they did to elevate the space that much more. And I'm just so grateful that they didn't basic everything up, because the other place I was going to move in was Pro's Party. Like, they didn't go the extra mile with anything. They didn't do fancy doorknobs. The doors were just basic. The cabinets were plain white. Everything was just so cheaply done in an apartment. So the fact that this place has such nice finishes, such as the door, the handles, the glossy cabinets, they just went above and beyond. They didn't just do the basic thing inside of the apartment complex, so I really appreciate that. When you guys are apartment shopping, be sure to shop on the off season, because during the summertime, everybody's out of school, all the kids, so everybody's looking for apartments that plan on moving. So the prices go up, especially during Christmas break also. I know in November I was moving and the prices were low. They had specials, they had a month free, 6 weeks free, which was making the overall price lower. Because I know Pro's, the price was $1,700, but since they were doing 6 weeks free, over the course of a 13-month lease, it made it in budget for me, which was $1,500 a month. So make sure that you're you're asking if they have any specials, if they have any incentives, because those incentives will also make it in your budget. And try to shop the off season as much as possible. So that exact same wall that started in the living room, the short one, the other side of it is the bedroom. So it's still just as short because of the door right there. So I think I'm going to put a TV right here on the wall. I'm not sure if I want to do a TV in my bedroom, just because I feel like if I have a TV in the room, I'll always prefer to lay down in bed and watch TV as opposed to getting up, going to the living room and getting out of the room. I want my room to only be for sleeping as much as possible, and I want to utilize the other spaces in the house. And when you come right here, I really like how the knob right here operates the ceiling fan, and then the one at the bottom operates the light, so you can turn the light on and off by just flicking it. And then above, you can turn the ceiling fan on off, high, medium, or low. I cannot stand having to push the ceiling fan and wonder if it's off or not. I really don't enjoy that process. So the fact that I have a knob that I can just do it for me, I told you, it's the small things in this apartment that just makes it luxe. They have one floor to ceiling window directly in the middle. I really wish they had gave me 3 in here, but what I think I'm going to do is just put 3 different curtains. That way it looks like I have 3 different windows. So if I put a curtain here, and then one here, and all of this is window, and I'll probably just get some lights, little stick-on lights that people like to use. I'll probably just get some of those and stick them on this wall. That way it'll look like it's bright outside. So I'm gonna really finesse this little area up here. And when you turn on the last wall, it's just one giant wall, the same as the one in the living room. So that's obviously is going to be where my bed is, as well as 2 nightstands. And yeah, that is pretty much all of the room. It's a really small room. Okay, y'all, this bathroom is still the deal for me, because the kitchen and the living room had been absolutely beautiful, just like it is, and the bathroom was not. I would have kept looking. But when I seen the bathroom, it added the icing on the cake. This is probably the prettiest one in the house. They did so good with the finishes in here. I'm gonna show you guys in a second, but I just gotta build up the suspense a little bit because absolutely beautiful. Although I do not care for the wash machine and dryer being in the bathroom, I didn't like that at all. Because the wash machine and the dryer was so gorgeous, it didn't really take away from it, although it was in the bathroom on display. I think I'm going to try to find a curtain that goes to the top of the ceiling and come down just to hide it when I'm not using it. So I don't know yet, but if the wash machine and dryer being on display look better than the curtain, then I'll just leave the, this on display. But if the curtain looks better and it goes with the flow of the bathroom, then I'll, leave it there. But I just wish they had put a door above and then just closed this off. Or completely made the bathroom just, close that off completely and have this on the opposite side of the living room with a door. That would have been better. But not really much I can do about it now. So again, that was just one of those compromises. If you want a luxury apartment and you want it to be in a good location and still kind of affordable, then you have to negotiate. You have to think about what are your non-negotiable and what are some things that you can, adjust to. Some of my non-negotiables was a large island in the kitchen, an open floor plan, which means that the kitchen and living room go into each other. I also wanted a parking garage just because car stuff is so common. And I wanted a wash machine and dryer inside of my unit somewhere. So those were non-negotiables. Those were things that if they didn't have them, I was not going to move there. Versus some things that I wanted, but I was more willing to negotiate, such as carpet in the bedroom, a pantry, and a separate closet. Those were 3 things that I really wanted, but I had to negotiate on because I wanted to stay in budget, still get the location, and have a beautiful apartment. But I feel like I'm stalling too much, so let me get to it. I'll show you guys the tub first, just because I love it so much. It's actually a shower, so it's not even a tub. And here it goes. Can we just get into how gorgeous this shower looks? I just love this shower so much. It looks so luxurious. I just feel like I'm in a hotel whenever I'm showering. I love how they have the door on it, because a lot of times they'll just put glass on one side of it and leave the other side open. And all it does is just creates a mess once you're finished showering. So the fact that they gave me a door, I feel like it was convenient. And I just love the color choice that they chose. I love the design, I love the pattern. I just absolutely love everything about the shower, and I just cannot wait to just enjoy it. They have a little hook that goes right here on the door just to make it more convenient. When you turn to the other side, there's a giant vanity mirror. It's shelving on both sides. I like how they have space on both sides. And usually I prefer 2 sinks, but it's just me and I only need 1. So the fact that they gave me 1 sink in the middle, I can put, I have counter space here, and then I also have counter space there. 1 giant mirror. They have a light that goes above, and then they also have ceiling lights, and they're separate. So you can turn the ceiling lights on and have this one off, or you can turn this one on and have the ceiling lights off. So I like how, you can decide if you want it to be one vanity light or you want it really, really bright. And then when you come to the other side, you have the cabinet. It's a really tall cabinet. Not sure if I'm gonna be able to use the top shelf. I'll probably just hold some tissue because I plan on buying wholesale tissue. Since I live alone, I can just buy it one time and then just have it for the rest of the year or 6 months, knowing me. I also like the fact that the toilet is away from the shower. I don't know, just a pet peeve of mine. They have shelving, that same shelving that they have in the kitchen area. So this is pretty much the bathroom, the mirror, the shelving, the shelf up top, the toilet, the washing machine and dryer, and then the beautiful shower. So the last thing to show is the closet. Again, they have the same details on the closet door as the bedroom. Love, love, love the details on it, the same handles. And when you open it up, you see the giant closet. This closet, oh yeah, I forgot. Another non-negotiable was a big closet, because I have a lot of clothes and I don't plan on having a dresser in the bedroom just because it's already so small. So I needed a closet space big enough so that I can put a dresser inside of here, and I definitely got that. Let me show you guys. Okay, so now the last area of this apartment is the closet. I love how big this closet is. They have a shelf from here to here, and then they have one below. I love how much shelving they have up in here. So I can literally put shoes all the way up here, another shelf here, and then they also have a shelf on the other side up here. And the best part about this wall is I can put my dresser on this wall. That way I can do my sit down YouTube videos right here. So I'm probably not gonna put any clothes here, just because if I can sit here and do my YouTube videos and have the camera sitting on that, then I can just have my YouTube background inside the closet. And then they have this little space down here. I really like this little space because I have a small dresser in my room, like a little nightstand. And it's white and old, but it's usually where I keep my underwear and stuff. So if I can just put, that little nightstand in this little space for my underwear and stuff, have this little shelving for additional shoes and bags. And yeah, this is pretty much my closet, which sums up the apartment tour. Okay guys, so I pretty much showed you my entire apartment. I just wanted to give you some tips on how to find the perfect apartment, especially if you're looking for a downtown apartment for a reasonable price and beautiful. You can find what you're looking for. Just don't give up. It's going to take a lot of time. It may take you a couple days or even sometime a couple weeks. You may even want to go relook at some places that you have already toured just to make it fresh in your mind. But I just recommend taking videos, so make sure you have enough memory on your phone. Another tip is ask them if you can tour the apartment first before you sit down and get all the information from them. Before you look at the amenities, the apartment is the most important thing. You don't really want to be bum rushed with a whole bunch of emails if you hate the place, so could you please go see the room first and pass up all the amenities and everything. Go look at the apartment. I said the room, the apartment. So that way you only waste the time it takes you to drive to that place and the 5 minutes it took you to go up the elevator and look for the place. You didn't spend an hour looking at the amenities and learning, the pricing. Because if you hate the apartment, then it doesn't matter how much it costs. It doesn't matter what location it is. That's not your place. So don't waste time on apartments that you don't value or like. So that helped me out a lot because the places that I hated, I would go up in there, 10 minutes later I come out, get in my car and go to the next one. So the first day I may have seen 5 different places, but the second day I probably seen about 10 or 15 different places. Also, if you're working with an apartment locator or a realtor, let them know, like let's say the rent is $1,600, but they have 1 month free or 6 weeks free. Then over the course of the lease, it will make it in budget, which is under $1,500. So let them know that because a lot of them isn't really smart enough to do that on their own. Thankfully, Chloe was amazing with me, but a lot of them isn't that smart to, you know, really just think outside the box like that. So just make sure you tell them so you can make sure that you're helping them with the process. Also, if they send you an apartment and you hate it, don't waste time going to see it and hoping for the best. If you hate it online, you're most likely going to hate it in person too. Because online, they're giving you the best version. They're using professional cameras, they're editing it. They're going to give you the best version of that apartment online. So if you hate it online, don't waste time looking at it because you're probably going to hate it even more in person.